So I think that, when people move out or whatever for college and stuff, they
like
don't try to sell their stuff. They're just like, eh.
Yeah, it's one of those that they got it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got it for free.
Yeah.
So it goes.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the most obviously complicated podcast because we have Stevie's father, who we will let be off camera, but is going to be here, and we would love Lyle's input on conspiracy theories. We'll get to in just a moment. But first, I have to tell you why we named this little black cat Hesher. So there was a thing. The term and the name comes from ancient Egypt, where like a family would go through a loss, and then a black cat would show up.
Okay.
And help them deal with that loss. So my roommate Andrew, lifers on all social media, he's very good and very talented. His cat passed away a little bit over a week and a half ago. So we were all dealing with that loss.
So a cat replaced a cat?
Yeah. Well, this cat understood that we had a cat-shaped hole in our family,
And then a stray walked by and they said, "Get him!"
And he decided he was going to come home with me. I was very resistant to it until he followed me all the way from the Valero to almost the front of the apartments.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well.
Well.
This is a needy stray, so I guess I'll keep it.
He was chill and he was super cool. And then he just was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be your new buddy." Where you had your buddy just die, so now I'm that guy.
Yeah.
My other cat, Dick Grayson, who's a little bit more shy.
Yeah, he's hiding, taking a nap under a blanket right now.
Yeah, Dick Grayson. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was so sad and upset about his best friend dying that I mostly brought him.
Was he journaling about it?
If he could hold a pen.
There was sad music playing as he was staring out the window.
You guys walk in, he's playing a violin.
Yeah. But he was so sad and upset that I was like.
That's the song that's in all this.
I wanted
Sarah
McLachlan.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna bring this guy home so he can be friends with my cat, who's dealing with the death of his best friend.
Yeah.
And he was not happy about it. So the original.
Imagine if your best friend showed up.
He taught him
you
how
all of a
to
sudden
use
just
the
a new
litter
guy
box.
showed up and he's like, "What about me?"
Hey, we're chill, right? We're chilling. We're hanging out.
Hi, my name's.
Having a good time.
Well, he taught him how to scratch on the right stuff. He taught him how to use the litter box. So he's warming up to it, but he's still grieving. But so the first, I guess the historical way that the word Hesher, the name Hesher, was used was, in ancient Egypt when the family was going through a loss, a black cat would show up and get them through the loss, and then usually disappear afterwards.
Was it supposed to be like a god or something?
Well, they worshipped cats, so maybe, but Hesher was supposed to be specific, like a cat that showed up, and specifically a black cat when you were going through a loss, and it would kind of teach the family how to get past it. The second way that it was used is a dude with long black hair that lives in a van and loves Metallica in the 80s.
Yeah.
And is just kind of a drifter. And it would just force you to have a good time and do weird stuff and then play Metallica for you and drive around in their shitty van.
In their van.
So there's a movie starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt called Hesher, which is one of my favorite films, and he's both things because he shows up in a little 12-year-old boy's life who's just lost their mom in a car accident.
So he's a little creepy.
Yes, and he just decides he's moving right in a cat, and then
Shows the kid
It's
Metallica.
definitely, shows the kid Metallica, plays guitar in the garage.
I know your mom's dead, but have you heard of Enter Sandman?
Yes. It's very much the vibe of the movie. So, like, every time that Joseph Gordon-Levitt is not on screen, it's like a really sad, tragic film. And then he shows up and he's like, "You ever been skull fucked before?"
It's really weird.
It's funny all of a sudden. Which is, the thing. Why
his big presence does help them get through the grief, though. That's like the point.
Yeah. So and like I love dark humor and like the craziest shit. So anyway, that's why this little black cat is named Hesher, because that's literally what he's doing.
What's up, homie?
For us right now.
I've never had a cat that was more like a slinky.
You're very slinky adjacent, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
He's like slippery.
Say hi to him. He's good.
What's up?
It's gonna fall.
Your head's so
I'm having to hold him up right now. Alright, you want to come over here. Okay. So anyway, that's Hesher. That's
like,
why
this guy smells like barbecue.
that's why I named him
Get him away
Hesher.
from me.
He's also very stinky and he's figuring stuff out still. But so conspiracy theories.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
Okay, so my favorite full conspiracy theory is that all of human civilization was originally on Mars.
Ooh.
And that,
I like this one.
Yeah, so that the whole story of like Adam and Eve is actually the original people that got sent from Mars, because Mars was moving out of that Milky Way, or the Goldilocks zone from the sun, because every year planets move farther away from the sun. So that Mars was becoming uninhabitable, they send these people to Earth to re-inhabit the Earth, and that's like where the interpretations of Adam and Eve come from, was just like the original colonies that came and then repopulated the Earth.
Yeah, the Adam and the Eve.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's my favorite conspiracy that I don't at all think in any way is true.
Well, that's fair. That was going to be my second question: is what's your favorite conspiracy theory that you think is absolutely bullshit? And then also, what's your favorite conspiracy theory that you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Might be true. Definitely true.
Yeah.
CIA hasn't admitted it yet. Whatever.
It's cool. Process it. You're next. I'll go last because
you're gonna rant for 15 minutes.
Probably.
Yeah. So that's my favorite. That I'm like, there's no way this is real, but it's a very fun idea.
I hadn't heard that one before. Actually, that's really interesting.
It was one I kind of like heard in passing on a podcast, and I was like, that's a fun idea.
Hold on.
Did a little look, and there was like people that were a little too into it, and I was like, nice.
Nice. Good,
I get to know this is just crazy people talk. But definitely all of the like MK Ultra stuff.
You really believe is real?
Yeah,
that's. Well, I mean, like they've even admitted that.
Yeah, like it's
not a theory anymore.
Yeah, what's his name that was out in LA? He was like the cult leader that sent the people to kill the actors.
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson. Yeah, like all the Charles Manson stuff. I've been currently trying to listen to the audiobook Chaos. It's all about the Charles Manson stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
That's very good.
So I'm very in the very, very beginnings of it, but I'll say that's definitely my favorite, like one that I'm like, oh, this is all real. And I think it ties into the Kennedy and Vietnam. I think all that stuff is very interconnected of, using propaganda to like back the war efforts as we've seen ongoingly. And so that's my favorite like big one that I like to go on rants to my poor Midwestern family, and I go, please stop. Please stop destroying our faith in all of humanity. At Christmas, for the love of God.
Are they all Satanist lizards? Jesus Christ,
Oh, I do also love telling people that lizards run the world.
It is funny.
It's a very funny thing to do.
It may be true.
Yeah, because like the Denver airport.
Yeah, the Denver airport's weird.
There's all the stuff about it. Whenever they were doing the reconstruction of the Denver airport, they put up a bunch of signs that they had like one sign that had like a giant like lizard person on it. It said, "Construction or building the most elite Illuminati base ever seen. Who knows?"
I appreciate that tongue-in-cheek, but also, if it actually was, that would be a really good way to dispel...
That'd be so funny. If they were like,
Like,
100%.
yeah, okay.
We're plotting the world's demise, but let's make a cheeky little fucking post about it. That's so funny to do. But yeah.
Well, Stevie, what is your favorite conspiracy
my
theory
favorite that I don't think is true
Yeah.
is probably Hollow Earth.
That's
Because
a
I just
fun
think
one.
there's so many opportunities. What's down there? What's in there?
Lizard
Who came
people.
out of there?
Yeah.
I think it's so much more interesting than Flat Earth.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Flat Earth, silly. Hollow Earth.
Interesting.
Maybe.
So yeah, I think Hollow Earth.
What if the tectonic plates are then just moving around down there?
Yeah, that's fair.
They're just
Rearranging
relocating.
furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta move the couch. Go cause a tsunami.
I'm kind of like waiting to see if Stevie's one that is like probably for sure real is the exact same one as mine.
It's not going to be because I'm trying to do good podcasting and not repeat stuff.
Oh.
And
look at
that's
Look at
interesting too.
I'm a
Yeah.
professional.
That's interesting too because there's like two top of mind for me. That
Okay, I'm going to tell you the other one, which is that the one that I think is true. There's aliens. There's aliens. They probably have been here. If not, are already.
Neither of the two that I was thinking.
I didn't think it would be. I was trying to come out of left field.
So,
I like it.
So real quick, do you go with the interdimensional or do you go with multiplanetary?
Both.
I like.
Ooh,
I like it.
okay.
I like it.
Both.
Yeah.
So like
I think
Bigfoot could just be like
An interdimensional.
god.
Yeah, like he's like
a
an interdimensional being that people are seeing.
Because he
in
just
moments,
pops out
yeah.
and like poops and walks a little bit in
Yeah.
mud and then he disappears again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to mess with a guy that's
You
on
want
an
another
acid
one,
trip
Sam?
in the woods.
Yeah. Lyle, would you like to participate or you want to just be an observer? You're welcome to do either. Is there a conspiracy theory that you think is hilarious and you love, but you don't think it's probably real, and then one that you're like, this is for sure real?
Well, my favorite one is that Kennedy never died.
Ooh.
Oh, yes!
That's a
yes,
fun-
let's
I
get
like
into
that.
it. Let's get into it, yeah.
And Manson never killed anybody.
Oh.
And he's
wow.
not in jail. He just shows up every once in a while, and he keeps his beard. They don't let the usual prisoners in, San Quentin and what have you.
Right.
They shave him down, and no beards and stuff. But he's always got a beard when they get the reporters in there, and he's sitting there. Yeah, so nobody died. Kennedy didn't die. He had Graves' disease, and he was ready to retire. The other one that I like is that Lincoln wasn't assassinated.
Oh.
That was a military op. They get Lincoln out of the picture because they wanted to do Reconstruction, and Lincoln was,
Yeah.
he was supposed to be a nice guy.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And he was almost dead anyway, so they just faked it. John Wilkes Booth was
He's an actor.
Double agent. He was an actor.
Yeah.
And it was done in the theater with tons of military in there.
Beautiful.
And it was an op. He didn't
Yeah.
die. But he maybe died 4 or 6 months later because he was real sick. But
Yeah.
Okay.
He had cancer, I think. Right? Was it cancer or was it
Graves'
liver disease?
disease. It was whatever that is. I forget. I think Kennedy also had it.
Okay.
Interesting. Could we create a new conspiracy theory where anyone that has that
Graves'
disease
disease
just gets
Kennedy.
assassinated?
Yeah.
None of the presidents that were quote assassinated were actually assassinated.
I like that.
Including our current president.
Yeah. Well, that was fake.
I also.
So is that your favorite one that you think is actually real? Is that they faked the Trump assassination?
There's a guy named Miles Mathis.
I know Miles Mathis.
And he has a lot of that debunking of the various false flags and what have you. The thing is that when they do it, generally they'll say, yeah, they'll have alternate stories. You know, like the destruction of the Murrah building. Well, there was an unsafe building, and they were going to take it down anyway, so they made a deal out of it, you know. And, and the guy that did it, what's his name? I forget his name, but anyway, supposedly they killed him with gas or the electric chair or whatever the heck it was. But he was working for the intelligence, and you know, he was still breathing. This is another thing that Saddam Hussein wasn't really killed either.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I mean, they got all these things, and typically what happens is, you know, they'll come up with alternative stories, but they really killed them. You know, it was the CIA. It wasn't, you know, Oswald or something like that, but he was really dead. And the same thing with Manson. All these people were supposedly dead. No, they're still alive. What's the name? The guy that Manson supposedly killed, the woman. All of a sudden, she developed a twin sister, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, the developing a twin sister thing is wild to me.
And the same thing with what's his name? O.J. Simpson. He didn't kill nobody. And she's still
it was
around.
probably his son.
I don't think anybody got killed. Nobody got killed.
Oh, interesting.
His wife didn't get killed, and Ron Goldman didn't get killed. It was all fake. It's all fake. You know, and the thing that I like about it is that it actually shows some humanity to this intelligence community that everybody's supposed to hate them and be fearful and everything like that, and they're actually not that bad because, you know, they never actually do anything.
So do you think?
Dies.
So do you think that some of it's like theater?
It's all theater.
So of
it's
like
Hollywood all the way.
You go and you like create the O.J. Simpson thing to give people something else to like get distracted by.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they don't mind making people fearful.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like firemen setting fires, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's a fun one. I say I haven't heard about that. I like that. That's the thing I love about.
This is a wonderful gift to the podcast right now.
It really is.
It's that we got Lyle here to like tell us about his take on conspiracy theories.
Well, so before you go into because I know that yours is probably gonna be very good as well. I've been trying to go and write a screenplay or like a cartoon animated series, kind of halfway about this idea that like all of the famous people that have died over the last like 60 years, that it was all just they get so famous that there's like a company that can come in and be like
you die.
Hey, we're gonna like the reason like it starts with like
Elvis. Of the highlights?
Yeah, it's like
out.
Yeah, it's like Elvis was the first one.
And Robert Johnson.
Marilyn Monroe. Okay.
Yeah.
She's still kicking.
Yeah, and then like my whole
I love it.
My whole idea for like the show would be that there'd be like a fake rock star that like somebody comes to him and they're like, hey, we have like it's like a witness protection style thing. Come on in, and then he's like, yeah, I am just really tired of this life, and he shows up and like he's working in like a diner, and it's like a themed diner, and all of a sudden he's like, is that Elvis working the fryers? Is that and like then it's like this whole I just think it'd be a really funny like cartoon.
That's an awesome idea.
To
you should write that.
Oh yeah, John Lennon still kicking.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of these people that were meant to not be dead are real old.
So,
at this point.
how do you feel about
unless
the
they're
Paul
taking
McCartney
kid
thing?
one, right?
That could be.
That
could be a thing you find out in the
weird
season.
He didn't die.
Or do you think that was just coded
still
messaging?
look 40. And it's like, well, the kid boy is keeping him alive.
What I think, like John Lennon, got tired of the assholes of the record company.
The rat race of making millions of dollars.
Just
fair enough.
So they made
beating up on his
made a
wife.
drama out of it.
With no consequences.
That's interesting. I think that's fascinating. I'm gonna look into it. Like you gave me homework, and I'm excited about it. You know.
Check out the guy that has the most of it and with the same kind of idea, is that Miles Mathis guy.
I know Miles Mathis. I'll look into more of the stuff.
I got his science stuff is great. You know, but you know, it's not for everybody. But he's got all these false flag deals. He just lays them waste.
Yeah, I appreciate the self-awareness of being like, it's not for everybody. But you know, I like it.
He might be talking about me.
Yeah. He's like, I've been told by my daughter that it's not for everybody.
Yeah. So the one that I think is the funniest, that I do not think is true, is that birds are not real.
It's so dumb.
So
That's
my favorite. So you've never heard of this, Lyle?
I've never heard
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
birds aren't real.
So they're.
It's just like surveillance.
Yeah.
They're drones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're drones.
Yeah.
All
they're drones
birds.
from the government. All
Yeah.
birds.
Birds do not exist.
Don't exist. They're not real.
Where do eggs come from? I've never asked a bird person this.
That is a phenomenal question. I do not know
I'm asking these
people
bird
have an
deniers the
omelet
hard-hitting
and
questions.
then believe that birds are not real.
Yeah.
It is crazy to me. They probably believe that like there's too much estrogen in the fucking eggs or something, and then
it's like created by the FDA
it's a
to make our
psyop.
kids dumb or something.
It worked.
I would almost bet money. I'm not a gambler, but I
As someone
almost
who
would bet money.
ate a lot of eggs, I'll blame it on that.
That's the move that the thing is. But that's my favorite one that I absolutely think is not real. 100%.
How many people do you think, like, if you had to estimate,
Millions.
how many people...
Millions.
No,
So,
actually true believers that birds...
Millions.
Here's the thing.
Millions. I've gone on the subreddits.
Here's my thing about the birds thing.
I find it so fascinating.
People are so
I have
They
read
need
probably
something.
10,000 like Reddit threads about birds not being real.
Also, that's maybe too much.
Probably.
That's
You're gonna accidentally trick yourself into thinking that birds aren't real if you're there too much longer.
No, I'm fascinated by it because it seems so absurd to me. It's like I went down the same rabbit hole with like flat earthers where I was like, and then a lot of flat earthers were like, I studied it and actually my disproving it made me believe it, and I was like.
Oh, no.
So here's my theory on the.
Like, oh no.
I could be wrong, but I think that the birds thing started as a joke on the early
It
internet.
1,000% started.
And then some
Yeah, and then
dumbass.
dumb people got involved that didn't understand it was a joke.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a group of guys that started going to college campuses as a joke during like serious protest. And they would just hold up signs.
It was during the whole Occupy Wall Street movement. Yeah,
they were like, oh, this is funny. If we go and we're like, and birds aren't real. And it was just like a bunch of bro guys that were like, this is a funny thing to do on a Saturday.
Get a clipboard and people will believe whatever you say.
It's a phenomenal rabbit hole.
I think
it is so fucking funny.
I think Flat Earth started the same way.
How funny it is.
I think it started as early internet joke stuff of like, oh, what if we just say Flat Earth?
See how many people we could get.
Yeah, and it started as like a prank.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just
like
like
the whole movement.
Just like all the QAnon stuff.
I think all that started as a prank as well.
It did.
Yeah.
100%. The QAnon stuff started as a joke between a bunch of guys. They were like, what if we do a deep level joke where we talk about how there's all this.
Trump's got this plan.
Yeah, and it's like deep level, like, it's just
drain the swamp.
It's just funny for them. And then
yet he alright, well we're getting into
and then dumb people got involved and they were like, holy shit, it's real. And you're like, no, this was just a bunch of guys fucking around.
Yeah.
Like,
anyone that takes the time to do the American flag as their lipstick, I don't care about their politic views.
Whoa, hey now.
Talking about your wife?
I was trying to make a joke that it was me, but
alright, fair enough.
I never wear lipstick. I'm not getting too straight, dude.
Yeah, you're aggressively straight.
But if I did wear lipstick, it'd be an American flag.
Goddamn America.
I'd put the goddamn stars and stripes in there.
That's fucking phenomenal. I love it.
But yeah.
So, honorable mention, W did 9/11. I think we all just believe that to be true now, right? Or, well, no, hold on. Cheney. Cheney did 9/11.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we all just believe that now, right? We obviously know it's true. Bill and Sebing didn't even get hit by a plane, and they all collapsed in controlled demolition style. It's insane that anyone. I was like 12 years old, and I was like watching it. Like, they blew up those buildings, right? Like, they for sure blew up those fucking buildings. That's nuts. Like, explosions are coming out of the side of the thing as it's like in less than 4 seconds, like blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, well, everything's fucked now, I guess. The government is murdering its own citizens.
Yeah. See, I think there's a possibility that could still be more opportunist and less like staged.
Okay, I'll entertain it for a moment. What's going on?
Where it's like,
is it conspiracy against a conspiracy? Conspiracy? We've got layers now.
That's really funny.
Yeah, because I think it's more opportunist than it is.
They're like, we gotta get this guy that we paid millions of dollars to run a country for us that's not giving us the oil that we want.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Yeah, it's a perfect.
And so we'll blame an adjacent country so they don't figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
So what's your counter conspiracy?
On 9/11?
Oh, just that it was opportunistic.
Yeah, I think it was just. I think it was more.
We can use this.
Yeah, it was more opportunistic. You know, the whole Churchill
So like the
quote.
CIA trying to blow up the buildings 7 years before it.
Look, I'm not saying I've looked into this. I'm not gonna.
Let's not grill our guests.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say I've done research. I look like this, brother. Calm down.
That's totally fair.
I'm just saying I can more easily push it away with the idea of like it's opportunistic more than it's like the whole thing was a deep cabal of like, hey, something slipped through, something bad really happened.
What's your argument for it not being a deep cabal?
I don't like to believe that they would do something that evil.
It's just uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable.
I don't like that they would do something that evil.
Hey, check it out. Here's my one that I 100% believe that it's real, that is even more evil than that is real topical right now.
Yeah?
Epstein didn't fucking kill himself and was a Mossad and CIA agent.
Of course.
And was trafficking thousands of minor girls.
But he didn't die. He's still
alive. He's still alive. Correct, Lyle. Lyle. He's living in Argentina with Hitler.
No, he's probably still on his island.
Lyle, I don't know if you know this, but I think it's hilarious, and it is to my honorable mention and the current one that I'm like, obviously we all believe this is bullshit, is that there's 2 paintings that Epstein had on his island in his mansion. 2. One.
Bill Clinton address.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
All right.
One
Good job.
is George W. Bush holding paper airplanes against Jenga towers.
That was in his mansion in New York.
Oh, that was in his New York. Yeah, the one that was on his island was Bill Clinton in Monica Lewinsky's dress, pointing right at you.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, guys?
Yeah.
You know, it's absolutely absurd to me. Well, I mean, like, we know that our current president is a pedophile, and also, like, probably a lot of the rest of them.
Yeah. You know, they say that Bill Clinton was gay. He's gay.
Really?
I've never...
His daughter was conceived by this Webb Hubble guy. Looks exactly like him if you ever look at him.
Okay.
Oh, no, I know about this thing. It's wild and insane. Like, he's got, like, a whole doppelganger, which leads into another conspiracy theory that I don't think is true, but it's very funny, is that, like, the lizard people have been just cloning people.
Oh, yeah.
So they have, like a doppelganger that they can...
everybody.
So Kennedy never got assassinated. They cloned him, and then they put his clone into the car, and that's how that happened. and so on and so forth, if you will. But like,
have you seen the Keanu Reeves Civil War guy?
Yeah, and the weirdest thing about it is that the only thing that Keanu Reeves has said is like, "Yeah, that was me," and didn't comment on it after that.
Which also is the funniest thing to do.
It's hilarious. It's the best.
Is to be like, "Yeah, I was in the Civil War."
I actually am immortal. I have lived for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
He's the opposite
I am Neo.
of Heath. What is
Heath Ledger?
No, the tiny little Benjamin Button comic. Heath, what's his name? Cortez.
Yeah.
Shout out Heath Cortez. You've always been very nice, and I really enjoy your company.
Is it Cortez?
Yes. Yeah, we got it.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But yeah, where he's like, I am everything that has been and always has been.
Yeah.
Which is a phenomenal thing for, I don't know what his condition is, but he's like,
I don't think
he's like 23 years old, and he looks like he's a 12-year-old. I don't know if you've seen this, Lyle, but he's a comedian that we all know.
Yeah. I remember seeing him in Shakespeare's before all the Kill Tony stuff happened, and when
I first
why
met
is
him,
that child in here?
That was exactly my experience.
Like,
I met him in Shakespeare's, and I was like, "How did you get in here?" And he was like, "I'm 22 years old, you piece of shit." And I was like, "All right."
Dave's like, "Whoa, I'm 40. Calm down."
I'm not 40.
I was wondering if you were gonna catch me calling you old.
I mean, I'm much older than you, but like,
I'm a young boy.
Not by appearance.
I'm a young boy. I've had a rough 26
definitely
years.
by like how good I am at comedy. I'm definitely older. All right.
Doesn't take much.
Oh, jeez Louise. Fantastic. Well, I think we should do another pause for the podcast. This is going to be a 4-parter.
I think I might have to wrap.
What's your time looking like?
Yeah, I probably got to bounce, so I might have to. This might have to be my last for today, but I'm 100% down for coming back and doing this again because This has been so much fun.
Okay, well then we will just immediately jump into our ending segment.
Okay.
You know, as I've said multiple times, my favorite comedian of all time is Trevor Moore.
Okay.
The Whitest Kid You Know. He did a stream podcast thing called Newsboys.
Okay.
Which, if you haven't checked it out,
I have not.
Do yourself a favor.
Okay.
It's phenomenal. With Zach Krager, who is also the co-writer, co-director of the Whitest Kid stuff.
Okay.
With Trevor. And they would end their podcast with a segment called Deep Boys.
Okay.
And in sort of admiration and continuing what Trevor did for me and for comedy, I've in the same way that I do like the weather reports for David Lynch.
Yeah.
I won't let good art die. So we do a segment at the end of our podcast now that is named exactly Deep Boys.
Nice.
As an homage for them. And it's like, now we're going to get real. We just talked about jokey stuff.
Fun conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theories and whatnot. Now we're going to sad. Now we're going to get... It's my podcast.
Let's cry together.
You didn't think we were going to get to a crying portion?
What if we all hold
podcast?
each other? Isn't that great content?
That's fantastic. So, as I was scrambling around, I had like a million ideas for what I wanted to do with this podcast. I allowed Stevie to co-host and take
so kind of you.
I'm allowed. I'm so allowed right now.
It's so nice. He bestowed upon you.
It's more like a request, honestly.
Yeah, he was like, please, for the love of God.
I was like, hey, I got a lot of shit going on. Can you please figure out the Deep Boys thing?
Yeah.
And I think she found out came up with a fantastic Deep Boys topic.
Well, don't oversell it too much. But my question for you guys is, what is the one thing, if you had to pick one thing to fix that you think would make the world like a better place place to live, better for humanity. One thing.
Let's start with our guest, Eric Biggs.
So we don't let certain people vote. and those certain people, you guys get to pick it home.
You're leaving it up to a vote.
Yeah. I love the I'm not gonna say it. You already thought of it, and that's your problem.
And that's not on me. That was on you. You came up with it.
Yeah.
Is that your real answer?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
I had to buffer for a second.
Yeah, so you can think.
While I had a real thought, I was just
I
like,
didn't think we should make you go first.
say something fucked up. Okay, while I'm thinking, Dave, you do this.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. Now,
all right, I'll go first.
Give him some time to.
While I ponder.
He needs an extra.
I think the one thing that I would change about this world is that I would gather like 50 to 100 of like the most badass Marines or like Navy SEALs
Make
and
him kiss.
Make him kiss. That's so stupid. You got Lyle. You got Lyle. I think you're the first person.
The toughest one.
And I would take them, and we would go and like find Kash Patel and his family, and we would like hold them all at gunpoint with silencers, just you know what I mean. And we'd be like, we know it's not you. We watched you cry when you said the Epstein files weren't real on live television after you talked about it for 3 fucking years. Who is it? And then he gives us the address, and we're like, cool. Throw your cell phones away, or we take their cell phones, and we're like, and then we go to where he says to go, and then we do that until we get to like the Morgans, the Chases, the people that started the Federal Reserve, and their offspring,
right.
And then we kill them all.
But what if it doesn't lead you to all these powerful people that you wish it did? What if it's just some like fat
well,
schmuck
then at least
on the
we
internet
did
being
good, proper anarchist shit and fucked some shit up.
Alright.
No, but like honestly, it's like who's fucking kids and who's elite and who has more than $1 billion in their bank account and who's shadowy. Die.
That's fair.
They all have to die.
That's fair.
And then you know what? It's now like yes, maybe the economy and like the whatever is going to collapse, but you know who you have to deal with now is your neighbor. You don't have to be like, oh, is the government going to make abortion? You just have to be like, hey, man, I live right across the street. Dave and all of his friends just killed the fuck out of all the pedophiles and billionaires. I think we're getting like a $5,000 check every month now just from all of their money.
Just from all of their money.
What do you want to deal with in this neighborhood?
Yeah.
And like that, I think would be a way better.
That's fair.
Thing so like you and your neighbors get to decide what happens in your neighborhood, and everyone else can fuck off. And like
that's early government.
And well, this is anarchy. It's literally what it's about. It's like you and the people that are next to you get to decide how you're governed.
Okay, so we root out. Your thing is
root out pedophiles, root out weird, creepy billionaires. I kind of think Elon Musk is funny, but he's probably gonna die too. So like you know, but. It's okay. It's like a cleansing. Like this is the one thing about America that I really believe that we need to take a page out of the French book.
Cleansed again.
It's time for guillotines.
Clean your floor.
We need to break out the guillotines. We need to get rid of these corrupt pieces of shit because they're just also training their kids to be less functionally corrupt pieces of shit.
I was gonna say like,
and then I probably we'll figure out if aliens are real, if interdimensional beings are real, and all these things, just by like having a real serious like we got a razor blade conversation with these fuckers.
Just gotta
God, he wants to be the Joker. He just so bad wants to be the Joker. He's like,
Batman's an asshole.
He's gonna break
if
a
he
pool stick
sold
in half
his
for
car, he
people.
could pay for homeless shelters more than he could just go beat up like heroin addicts in the street.
Make a bomb,
like,
but it looks like a big present.
And whenever it comes out, it's a
think that's
punching
the
bomb.
funniest way to do a bomb.
It makes a fun Jack in the Box sound before everybody.
The gun says "pow" whenever you pull the trigger.
That's my take on the Steve Boys. Is that I think that like we need to kill the elites and pedophiles that are obviously covering up for themselves. And I'm sorry, your friends and offspring have to die too. It's not personal. We tried it your way.
It's a little personal.
Just business.
Yeah.
It's purely business, you know.
Yeah.
We tried it your way. You turned out to suck. You gotta go, and then only me and my neighbor have to figure out what we do with our dogs and our cats and our cute children and stuff. That's the one thing I would change.
Also, that's 100% just early U.S. government.
Well,
the original foundings of the idea was
before the Federal Reserve and the CIA and the FBI got involved.
Yeah. But that was the original idea for the U.S. government was that everything, the most powerful government is local. So it's like your city, then your county, then your state, then federal. And that federal is the least powerful form of government.
And it's turned in the opposite direction.
Yeah, saying it isn't that way anymore because
because we could make all this money if we shoot black people and mine for oil.
Now, we're on to something.
Yeah. What if we controlled all of the money across the whole planet?
Dope.
Yeah. So. And I'm not saying they're all Jews. I'm not saying that.
But
I did have to bring it up.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. And I don't actually believe that.
He's actually contracted to.
He's contractually obligated to say something anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
God.
Hamas sends him $100 a week.
Whatever, I'm Polish. We got genocided more than the Jews did, and they still complain about it all the time. And when was the last time, other than me, you've heard a
Can
Polish
we hear my
person
thing that I was
complain
going to say about how the world could be better?
Yeah.
She goes,
Yes,
what if Dave
please,
shut the
please,
fuck
for the
up?
love of God. Yeah. Shut me down, please. I love it.
She goes, I think Dave shouldn't get to talk.
You have an external switch, you know.
Well,
He asked to be shut down.
yeah.
I'm
What's
here
yours?
for it.
Thank you.
Give her your take.
So I think, honestly, just fixing the resource scarcity. Like I said earlier, ending world hunger.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of mean that because a lot of the power that people are able to hold over other people is because of their limited access to resources. Because when you're hungry, it's scary. You're scared for your family. You'll do whatever you need to do to survive. That increases crime, and it also increases your vulnerability to the people above you who are going to exploit you for your
scarcity.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we just didn't have that, and everyone had enough to eat.
So your thing is Star Trek.
Yeah. I mean,
not a bad take.
It's literally happening in the world right now. You can see very clearly people are weaponizing limitation to food.
Yeah.
Starvation as a weapon. No more.
Gaza.
None of that. No
Fucking
more of that.
Gaza and Israel are doing it right now.
No more of that.
Yeah.
I don't have all the solutions, but we're talking in hypothetical stuff.
Yeah. So
that is a way kinder.
Do you have a serious answer?
I was gonna say before you go, if Lyle wanted to chip in, I would love to hear from you.
Well, they ought to bring out Tesla Tech, and everybody had their own little energy.
Oh, free energy, Tesla free energy.
And you wouldn't have to pay utilities and blah blah blah. You could put your little free energy to draw on a well or whatever.
Yeah.
That's similar to my scarcity one. It's just different resources. That's a really good one.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I mean, I think that what happened to Tesla is egregious. Well, and
Nikola, he means.
And Nikola Tesla.
Well, you know, if you look into this Tartaria stuff, this tech was actually the Tartaria thing. I think it started the opposition or the Tartaria basically was worldwide, as I understand it, and you know they had all this architecture, including pyramids and what have you, and they had free energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So free energy. Kill all the bad people. To sum it up. To make it simple.
Free energy, kill all the bad people. Free food, I guess.
Yeah.
Food and resources.
Yeah. Make sure no one's starving. I feel like we've hit all the major points. If we kill all the bad people and make sure no one's suffering and make sure everyone has their basic necessities. I think that's majority of all the like.
Or they eliminate income tax.
So your thing that you're picking is agree.
And when you buy a house, you know you pay sales tax. And that's it. You know, then it's yours, kind of like your car.
No property tax anymore. Like, oh, I own this land, but I have it on rent, kind of.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. That's insane.
Yeah. As a homeowner, I agree.
Is your take no property tax on top of all the things that you already agreed with?
I believe that the only tax we should have is sales tax.
Okay, so trades, tariffs, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I'll say, of course, down with everything else, but I think like a major step forward would be is if we only had sales tax. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the most fair, because then it doesn't matter if you make $1 million a year or $20,000 a year. Everyone has to pay the same thing, because if you go out and buy food,
right,
I feel like sales tax is the agreed upon thing.
The only problem I have with that is that billionaires exist. But if we're including my thing, they won't anymore.
Yeah.
Also, they get tax breaks.
Like, you know, we'll just kill them all.
Yeah,
and
but
take their money. And that's how roads will be built.
It's
because
not compounding the billionaire problem.
Yeah.
If we just killed Elon Musk, and he's not the one I hate the most or anything, but he's the one that came to my mind. But if we just killed him and took all of his money, we could put like magnetic bullet trains over the entire fucking world and still pay everyone $5 that is alive. You know what I mean? So, I think he's like an autistic guy that kind of wants to be a comedian and is maybe not the worst. I mean, he called Donald Trump out for the Epstein stuff.
Real quick.
Immediately.
The original idea of this was just you have a magic power to create something to fix the world, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I wish that there was a universal language that we all had.
Okay.
Where everyone could communicate together without having any kind of like language barrier.
Okay.
Which I do think is going to be possible in the future. But I think if everyone in the world can communicate to one another, it's harder to other people.
So like the internet without moderators and language barriers.
Yes, but like if there was whatever it could be.
Okay.
Where you and somebody from all the way across the world could have a clear conversation without having any kind of language barrier, I think that would solve 90% of problems. Because as we've seen throughout like world history and everything, whenever even opposite sides of wars fight.
So you're like, let's be aliens with telepathy.
Wait, I want to hear what you had to say.
Well,
go ahead.
Give everybody one of those translator deals, you know. You
can
go to Japan, you know.
Yeah.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
I truly believe that having the ability to communicate and come together with people makes it harder for people to ever other each other. Because during World War I, the Russians and Germans were fighting, and the area that they had been fighting in the trenches they'd been fighting there for so long that wolves came in and they started eating and attacking people. And those two sides came together to fight the wolves. Because they were like, hey, we have now this third party thing.
Problem,
yeah, that we're getting eaten in the trenches. After they had got done killing all the wolves that were attacking all of them, they actually had to move those platoons to different areas because they didn't want to kill each other anymore. Because they were like, we came together and fought as one.
This is deep, boys.
So
you found it. You found it. I was just mostly doing my Joker manifesto.
Yeah, I believe
and then
that.
Now we found.
Yeah, I believe having a way that people can clearly communicate would make it impossible for you to hate another group. Because I think it's very easy whenever you can't understand a language or there's these weird language barriers between people that you can't call somebody in Afghanistan and be like, hey man, what's going on? I think it's much easier to be like, oh, they're saying that they want to kill us, where it might just mean like, they're saying we don't like you people.
Yeah, why are you coming into our country and changing shit and building McDonald's?
Yeah. If we can't understand them, it's easier to turn them into monsters.
Yes, it's a much easier thing where if everyone could have a form of communication, it's a lot harder to get people to turn against one another.
I love that. And
it's a good take. Very good.
Yeah. Eric, thank you so much for being on.
Absolutely.
Lyle, thank you for sitting in for the last part.
Yeah.
Stevie, you're the goddamn best always. This has been the Obviously Complicated podcast. Obviously, because we had a surprise guest that we're very happy to have. But yeah, that's the way the news goes. Does anyone have any things coming up?
Plug your stuff.
Yeah. Sometime in September, I got a show coming up in Smithville. Check that out on my Instagram, Eric Biggs Comedy. I'll have anything going on there. I have the first ever live Birthday Boys podcast. We're coming to Golden, Colorado, October 26th. That'll be a 7 p.m. show. Please come out to that. Tickets are on sale right now. Eric Biggs Comedy on Instagram, Birthday Boys on YouTube, and Eric Biggs does stuff if you just want to check out the weird random stuff I'm posting and trying to learn how to edit on.
Hell yeah. Stevie Schaefer.
Don't have any shows coming up right now. Just check my Instagram, Made for Stevie Movie. I always post there if I'm going to be on something.
Hell yeah.
I have a show on the 8th of this month, so this probably is going to be posted after I even do that. But I'm going to say it.
It's sold out!
Because it's nice to do. I'm going to be at the Green Room with Mr. Nice Guys on August 8th. Which is also JP's birthday.
Yes, it is.
So I will be telling jokes for, I think, 7 minutes there, and then I will go probably consume too much alcohol for how much I am in need of surgery.
Hell yeah.
And that's it for me. I don't think... Lyle, yeah, all right. I was gonna be like, do you have anything coming up?
Lyle's he's doing a tight 15 in ownership.
Thank you guys so much. This has been a fantastic podcast. Give it up for Eric Biggs, and we will always be here on the Dave Borowski YouTube, being more complicated than we can figure out how to deal with.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
See you guys.